guys, last sit of the Western Maryland trip up here in the mountains. Good weather, beautiful, beautiful sun. Long story short, Shiflet jumped a giant buck, going number 2, about 250 yards behind the campsite. He was saying 130-inch plus. Lo and behold, there's trails everywhere. We have just been hunting in the wrong spots. We were overthinking it, to say the least. Me, Shiflet, and Marnie are all across this bedding area. We took Shiflet took his drone up, and actually was looking over top of the goldenrods. Goldenrods are just these, I don't even know how to explain them, just real thick, like, almost like needle grass, kind of. And he actually spotted a doe midday, standing up, just kind of moseying around, and then he watched her bed up. He went over to where he saw her, and apparently he jumped a big doe, but it wasn't the same doe. And then he said he has a doe about 20 yards from him. You can only see the head though. He's actually in a big, mature crabapple tree. So that's awesome. It's a big feeder tree for sure. We saw all the trails going through the goldenrods. So I'm set up here also. We think they're moving from this bottom in these goldenrod clear cuts basically, and working out into these like grass fields, because we've noticed that there haven't been a whole lot of acorns on the ground, and we're wondering, besides the green briar, what they're eating. And there's clover all in that green, in those grass fields over there, right by the road. And every night we've seen them kind of out there. So I'm kind of in the middle, and then Marnie is to my left. I can't see him, but he's a good ways over to the left somewhere, looking over some trails. Alright guys, last evening up here in Western Maryland. I'm in the same tree I was in last night, and right next to where I was the night before. So I've had deer come out to this field right at last shooting light both nights. So hopefully tonight they'll come in maybe just a smidge sooner and give me a shot. Andrew is set up about 80 yards straight down in front of me, hoping maybe the deer that have come up out of there, he'll be able to get a shot in the woods. Or if they come out in the edge of the field, he might get him over there. So hopefully with us getting set up this way, we'll have 2 different angles, and hopefully somebody will get a shot. So we'll see what happens. Alright, this is our last evening. I'm set up in a spot I haven't hunted at all. Pretty far from anywhere I have hunted. Matt, my brother Matt's been hunting this field every evening and seen deer. He's hunting the same tree he's been in, which is 70 yards from me, give or take. I'll shoot at the rangefinder here in a minute. We're across the corner of the field from each other. And the idea behind that is, hopefully, if we get a couple does in the field, one of us can get a shot and they'll run to the other side of the field where the other person can potentially get a shot. We just got to get them to actually come out in time to do that.
just sitting here texting Andrew back, and because we thought we heard something down to my right, his left, and we were watching that area, and then all of a sudden I heard something, and I look over to my right, or to my left, and there's a doe standing about 25 yards from me, working out into this field. So I quickly grabbed my bow. Didn't even have the battery in the GoPro because it's cold and it was shutting off. So I had it in my pocket. Didn't have time to get it going, but I got my regular camera going and I got the shot on film. But I think I hit a little far back. The exit's perfect. I could see the exit when she was walking away. It's right behind the shoulder. So I can see her. She's only 60 yards behind me laying. She bedded down. So I'm just gonna let her lay and just keep eyes on her. And we're gonna see if anything comes in for Andrew. So stay tuned. Alright, so I've watched the video about 20 times and it looks really good. I can't explain why she just didn't go down 20 yards in the woods. She bedded behind a big cherry tree back there, and I can no longer see her head. But I'm not sure if she got up at some point while I was watching the video or what. But we're gonna sit tight till dark because Andrew's only 75 yards from me, in hopes that something else comes out in this field. And then we're gonna get down, and we're gonna do a slow walk over to where I last saw her bedded. I'm hoping that she just laid her head down the opposite direction and is just dead behind that tree, and I just can't see her. So I'm just gonna sit tight until dark and see what happens. So I'll check back with you in a little bit.
she's down. She's bedded. Alright, she's laying down. She's like 50 yards from me. That was a gut shot. That was back. That was not ideal. She's right there. Not ideal. Dude, it was back. She's laying down. It was back. She's laying 50 yards from me. Yeah, it was like 4 inches in front of her hindquarters. She took a step as I shot. Oh, shit. Yeah, it was, elevation was perfect. But she was quartering away, so I might have got liver in there. She's laying down 50 yards from me. I can see her laying there.
Well, legal light ends in about 15 minutes. So, I haven't really seen anything. I saw the biggest mink I've ever seen in my entire life. And like 4 turkeys. I didn't really get good footage of the turkeys. Super excited though. Andrew Gibbons and Matt Gibbons. We were sitting about 75 yards apart. And they both smoked those, so waited till the last day, but hey, I'm glad they got it done. Super excited. I don't think I'm gonna see anything. Obviously there's still 15 minutes left, but I haven't seen anything yet, and I doubt the last 15 minutes will have anything. I don't think I'll have anything shown in the last 15 minutes. But awesome trip. Had a ton of fun. The weather was phenomenal, especially today. Today, I wish we had like one more day. I wish we had one more day. I think we were just starting to figure out what the deer were doing and where they were. Andrew Shiflett saw a ton of deer tonight, but he just couldn't get any shots at any. But super happy that Matt and Andrew killed some does. So, hey, we scouted. I think we're gonna come back here next year. We saw a giant. So, and the 2 times that we have come here, one of our guys has seen a giant buck. So, I think we're starting to narrow down, where the big bucks are living and where some of the deer are living in there, what their patterns are this time of the year. Not a lot of pressure up here in these mountains where we are for bow hunting, for deer, for whitetails, but I can see why. It's tough hunting. I saw 2 deer this whole trip. We've been here since Tuesday and it's Thursday, and I've seen 2 deer. Oh, deer cooking underneath me. These were running. I don't know why they were running. They went running from somewhere, but they were like 100 yards down there, so I know they didn't see me. Golly, 2 deer, they just took off. They're cooking. Well, hopefully they run over to Colin Marney and he gets a shot at one of them. But this pretty much wraps up my trip. Probably gonna meet up with Andrew and Matt and help them get their deer out and all that fun stuff. But not too bad of a trip. Oh, they're coming back to me. It's a yearly. God, she's full sprint. I don't know what she's running from. She's just running around. She's like over there now. I don't know what she's doing. She like ran. I don't know what's going on. What is happening? What is happening? Two of them ran down that way. I wonder if Marnie shot one. I'm gonna give him a call real quick. Because two went that way. And then one came back this way. I don't know what's going on. I'm being weird. There, I'm gonna hop off this.
Alright. My deer's down. She finally went down. The shot was a little far back, like I said. I had her coming in. Everything looked good. She came across. Wasn't giving me a shot. She was moving real fast and she stopped in a little gap. I got drawn back, and right as I released, she took that step forward, and I punched her a little far back. But I definitely got at least liver on that because she's dead already. Wasn't too long. I shot her like, I don't know, it's probably been 15 minutes now. She was dead within 10, so thinking awesome. Matt's packing up. He's getting ready to get down. I'm gonna get down. We're gonna meet up and go get his deer first because I'm gonna give mine a few more minutes, even though she's belly up and looks down. We're gonna give her a little bit longer. All right, guys. I got on the ground. I'm gonna walk over here, grab my arrow, and then go see if I can't find this doe. Andrews is down, straight down there in the corner, so he's working on getting down, and then hopefully mine's laying behind that tree I last saw it at. So I'll check back with you in a minute. Let's go check the area. Arrow looks good. Completely covered.
Alright, Matt's deer's down. He had to take a second shot at her, but we got her. My deer's hopefully down. We're gonna go walk out, try to get that one. I'm gonna grab Matt's bow, we're gonna get out to the field, and we're gonna go get mine. So at least that's one.
Alright, we just found Andrew's deer after his second shot. Looks like she's down. Yeah, I think she's down for the count now. Yep. Sweet.
Second shot did it.
That second shot did her in. Yeah, you hit her a little far back.
That was my entrance.
Yeah.
That's where I thought it was, right in front
So,
of a couple inches.
Alrighty.
That's gonna
We'll
be a
get this
fun
one
to
out.
address.
Yeah, we'll get this one out and get some pictures and then get out of here because we got a almost 3-hour drive home.
Alright, we are heading home. Thursday evening, it's about 8:20. Got about a 2-hour, 45-minute or so drive home, so we'll be getting home around 11. But we got Matt on the phone. He's in the truck behind us because he's coming back to our area instead of going back to North Carolina first. But overall, that was an awesome hunt. Really fun hunt. Everybody that went had a great time. And saw a fair amount of deer. I mean, it was slow at times, but overall we did good. Matt, you can talk for a minute. You found the spot that we ended up killing in, and probably one of the best spots we found. So what do you got, Matt?
12. And did we cut out?
Yeah, a little bit. You're good now. Try it again. Sorry, signal's
All right,
not great
so-
out here.
Yeah, you're good. So first night, just went and did some scouting and had Andrew drop me off back at the one gas well, which had a big field on the back side of it. I didn't know what was going to be in there, but it was a big open green grass field on the top of the hill between two ridges. And I walked around it for a little bit, found a fair amount of sign right around it, and ended up checking out into the woods and found some sign, but a fair amount of bedding around that field. So that evening I sat there, ended up having a couple deer come in about 10-15 minutes before legal shooting light ended, and then they ended up, and I had more come in last like 3 minutes, and I came to full draw on the one, but just couldn't get a shot at her, and then ran out of legal light, so that ended quick. Second night, I hunted in there again. And again, right at dark, I had a couple deer come out, but they stayed out a little too far out of range and didn't feel comfortable with the amount of daylight I had left. So then, you know, after seeing deer in there 2 nights in a row, Andrew and I decided to go ahead and both set up on the same field, about 75 yards apart, and they paid off. And with the cold weather, I guess the deer were on their feet a little earlier, and I had a single doe come out, and ended up being a yearling doe, but she was quartering away. I put it right at the back of the rib cage, came out perfect on the other side, ended up getting 1 lung and liver, and she ended up running into the woods, and ended up finding her bedded down, but she was still alive, so I put a second shot on her and finished her off. And then, but before it got dark, about last 30 minutes, I had a spike come walking right back out, about the same trail that the doe I shot came out on. And then a bigger doe was up in the field, and he kind of pushed her, and she ended up making a big horseshoe and going right past Andrew.
Yeah,
and he shot her.
Yeah, when she came down to me, she was moving pretty quick on like a trot across in front of me, and the best hole I had was going to be left of me still. And I got the camera. I think she got out of frame of the camera, unfortunately. I thought I had it far enough over, and she started moving. Then she stopped. I had a small gap between trees, and then next hole over was a bigger, better hole, but I didn't know if she was going to keep going, so I just drew back, settled my pin, and sent it. And right as I released, she started moving again, and instead of hitting on the quartering away, instead of catching the back of the rib cage there and coming out right about the opposite shoulder, it hit her right in front of the hind quarter and came out about a third of the way through the rib cage. And she only ran about 50 yards, and she laid down. I watched her head go down. She was belly up. We thought she was done. So Matt got down, checked for his deer, didn't see her where he last saw her. So he marked it, came back, and we went down to check on mine. And then when we got down there, she started moving, but she was laying real hard on her side, like, you know, belly up like you'd see them. So I tried to catch her right in the heart, in the armpit, and ended up, I think I only got 1 lung. It didn't look like anything cut the heart there, but between the liver hit from the first one and the 1 lung, she ran another 30 yards and stood there for a second and then piled up. So we let her lay, went over to find Matt's, and then came back, and she was done by the time we got back. So overall, you know, not the greatest shots, unfortunately, but by the grace of God, neither of those deer ran far, which is very fortunate, because behind me was a serious drop-off and a long mountain downhill. So fortunately, both those deer only went a few yards, that we were able to get on them and correct our shooting there, and everything worked out good on it. And now we got 2 deer. First 2 deer Matt and I have killed with a bow up here on public land. It's only the second time I've been up here to hunt them. Matt Belts and I came up a couple years ago with my dad and my brother-in-law Christian, and had a decent hunt, but it definitely wasn't as good as this one, and we didn't kill anything. But, you know, highlight Matt seeing a bear. That was awesome. He had a bear at 20 yards, and we're in bear season right now. Yep. But unfortunately, none of us have a bear tag, because it's a lottery in Maryland. None of us put in. But I said, I can't complain about this hunt. The camping was awesome. The weather was great. Could have been a little cooler the first 2 days, but this 3rd day was just icing on the cake for the weather, and the deer cooperated.
Absolutely perfect.
Everybody saw deer tonight. It was a phenomenal evening. There's a deer right in the middle of the road. That's a buck.
Is it? Oh yeah.
Little buck and a doe.
Yeah.
I saw a
I think
fisher.
the rough's about to start kicking off up here.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw a fisher tonight too.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. I've never seen a fisher before.
But funny enough, some of the best deer hunting we found ended up being like 200 yards behind our campsite that we overlooked, because we first got there. We walked around that area and just didn't see much sign, but most of the sign was in the goldenrod stuff, and there's some apple trees hidden back there we didn't find. So I think we're gonna have to spend a little more time there next time we come out. You can literally walk right out from the camp and go hunt, depending on the wind. So
Yeah, I can.
we're definitely gonna make a return trip to this property, because that was a really, really good hunt overall. But that's about it. Videos should turn out pretty good, and we'll catch you on the rest of the season. Hopefully we continue to have a good season here. We're doing pretty good this year. So